Well, I don't know about you guys, but the safety car in the rain definitely sold it for me. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my 100% race series on every F1 game. And today we've reached the pinnacle. Yes, it's F1 05. Let's have a look now at the teams and drivers from the 05 season. We start, of course, with BAR Honda, with Jenson Button and Takuma Sato. On to the next team in F105, and it's Renault F1 team with Fernando Alonso and Giancarlo Fisichella. Next, it's BMW Williams F1 team with Mark Webber, Multi-20, and Nick Heidfeld. Next, we have the McLaren Mercedes team with Kimi Raikkonen and Juan Pablo Montoya. On to the next team, we have Sauber Petronas with Jacques Villeneuve and Felipe Massa. Wowzers. On to the next team then, and we have Red Bull Racing for the first time in 05. We got David Twat-Coulthard and Christian Klein. Wow. On to the next team, we have Panasonic Toyota Racing with Jarno Trulli and, of course, Ralf Schumacher. So, next team coming up, it's Jordan. Sadly, for the last time in F105, it's Thiago Montero, and of course his teammate was Narayan Karthikeyan, whatever you want to call it. As we move on to the next team now, it's Minardi F1 team with Christian Albers, and his teammate was Patrick Friesacker. Oh my goodness. Then we move on to Scuderia Ferrari with Michael Schumacher, and his teammate, of course, was Rubens Barrichello. And now we look at the circuits which are in geographical order. We've got the Australian Grand Prix, United States, we've got Canada, and then we've got Brazil, and then we go over to Europe for the British Grand Prix. We've got the Spanish, the French, and we've got the Belgian Grand Prix. We've got the Italian Grand Prix. Then we've got Monaco, of course, the Grand Prix of Europe. We've got the San Marino Grand Prix, the Dutch Grand Prix, the Turkish Grand Prix, Bahrain, and Malaysia, and we've got China and Japan, and that's it. Yes. Now, as was requested by one of my subscribers, well, two I do believe, in fact, we are going to be driving as David Twat-Coulthard in the Red Bull, yes, for their first year in Formula 1 in F1 05. Okay, let's do this now. As anyone that's played this game will know, it is unfortunately pretty easy. So we're going to have to ramp the difficulty right up to bloody hard. Yes, bloody hard, which is not very bloody hard at all. As you can see, as we adjust some of the settings, some of the other settings adjust as well, which is a little bit unfortunate. But anyway, yes, up to 100% race distance. And we're going to go on hard, everyone. Yes, and everything else, of course, is going to be switched on to the max. Yes, switched on to the max for F1 05. Okay then, let's do this. And yes, as was the norm in F1 05, we are going for a free stop strategy in the race. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited to do this race. I really am. Okay then, let's hand you over to the commentators right now.
We're here in Istanbul for the 2005 Turkish Grand Prix. Surely Hermann Tilke's best racetrack to date. It's pole position for Kimi Raikkonen. That's the first time he's led the field this season. Alongside his McLaren teammate is Juan Pablo Montoya. He'll be pretty pleased to be that far up the grid. Fernando Alonso will start from third. Michael Schumacher is fifth. He's the highest placed Bridgestone shod car. Felipe Massa lines up seventh. Jacques Villeneuve follows alongside his teammate. He said he was fairly happy with his run yesterday, but the car just wasn't quick enough. Hopefully the
Okay, here we go then. 100% race distance on F105 at the Turkish Grand Prix with the Red Bull racing car and David Twat-Coulthard, and it's time for the lights to go out and we say go, go, go. So it's away we go from, of course, last on the grid like we always are. We've got a Jordan off to the right hand side as we go into turn one. Oh my goodness, contact with the Minardi in front. Now, oh no, we're off already. David Twat-Coulthard has binned it already. I don't believe it. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have time to do any practice for this circuit at all. I haven't even turned a wheel at the Turkish Grand Prix, so I don't even know where the corners are because it's been a long time since I've done this circuit, so do bear with me, but hopefully due to the difficulty curve I should be able to catch up and do pretty well in this race. But yes, haven't even done a single lap on the Turkish Grand Prix. I usually do a couple of laps just to get used to the handling, because of course every handling model on every F1 game is different, but I haven't had time, so I just had to go straight into this completely cold, and that's probably why we've completely cocked it on the very first lap. Anyway, Patrick Friesacker is currently the car ahead of us, 3 seconds ahead of us now, on the first lap of our F105 100% race. So let's have a look and see what's happening on screen. Over to the left-hand corner here, very, very wide. Now, this section at Turkey was very, very complicated indeed. If you got it right, it was fine. You managed to gain a huge amount of time. But if you got it wrong, you were basically stuffed. Anyway, if you look at the left-hand corner of the screen, you can see our position at the moment, which is currently in last place due to that little mistake we made at the start. But we have managed to gain on Patrick Friesacker. We're now 1.7 seconds behind. Now, of course, one of the things that is going to equal out the difficulty, which is pretty easy in this game, is the fact that we're going to have to stop 3 times. It's a sort of rubber band effect. Just as you're about to pull out quite a bit of a lead on the other cars, you have to sort of come in for your pit stop. So that sort of equalises the field and the difficulty a little tiny bit, as we're just about to go past Patrick Friesacker in a Minardi there and start lap 2, and we're already up into 19th position now. Yes, 19th place. Okay, over to the right hand corner now, you can see that we have a car indicator, which is great to see on F105, and you can see that our front tyres are still blue, so they're still very, very cold at the moment. But you can also see we've got a damage indicator to the front and rear wings, and they are green, which means we are fine. And now the tyres are starting to warm up. As you can see, the front right has now gone warm, so that's good, as we are still chasing this Jordan car ahead of us. You can also see just below that we now have a fuel gauge as well to tell us exactly how much fuel we got in the car, as we are chasing Narayan Kartikeyan, whatever you want to say his bloody name, in the Jordan. Well, of course, I say it's a Jordan, but it's not really, because of course Eddie Jordan gave up his rights to the team, I do believe, in 2004, so they're just running it as a Jordan team. But of course, Eddie Jordan had absolutely no input to the team in 2005, as we are still chasing hard on this Jordan car now, trying to get past and Dyer down the inside for David Coulthard. He gets past us, yes, up into 18th position now on lap 2 out of, I think it's 58 laps. And the next car in front of us is the Minardi of Christian Albers. Yes, Christian Albers. Fantastic, as we now go for a move round the outside of Christian and get up into 17th position now, 17th place. As we go straight into the back of the other Jordan, wowzers, and we've got a Renault right down the field. I don't know why he's so far back, this Renault, because of course Renault, oh no. Oh, we're okay, almost got punted into the pits there. But yes, this Renault, of course, was the fastest car in 2005, so I'm not quite sure what it's doing all the way back down here, as we now steam past Montero in the other Jordan car and up now into 16th position. Okay, over to the left-hand corner down the bottom now, and you can see we've got the mini-map, which thankfully for F105 now shows every car that's on the circuit, and all in their colours as well, which is great to see, and you can actually see exactly where all the cars are positioned on the track. Great to see, but it should have been there years ago. Instead of that rubbish screen that they had in previous years, of course. Anyway, over to the right-hand corner down the bottom of the screen now, and you can see there is the rev counter. And you have to say, that is absolutely beautiful in F105. That is the best rev counter I think I've seen in many a Formula 1 game. Now, unfortunately, that had to be downgraded in F106 because they had to animate 2 more cars, because of course there was an extra team in F106, so they had to downgrade the graphics somewhat, and that beautiful rev counter actually disappeared from F106, which was such a shame, but they just didn't have the graphical power to keep that rev counter going, so they had to get rid of it for the next game. Anyway, so there's the rev counter, there's our speed on the circuit, and we are still catching it. Giancarlo Fisichella, as David Coulthard goes for a dive bomb move on Giancarlo, gets up into 15th position. We're now chasing one of the BARs, as we now try to see if we can get past, do we? No, very, very close though, very, very close indeed. Now, just off the right hand side, in sort of the middle of the screen, you can see you've got your indicators. There's one that tells you when it's time to pit in. I think the other 2 are, oh dear, we managed to get past Takuma Sato. I think the other one is for brake bias and possibly traction control as well. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 4. We got up into 14th position, and we are now chasing one of the Williams cars. Yes, the Williams BMW, which is a pretty decent car, it has to be said, in 2005. We managed to get past the first one, still chasing the second one. So we're now up into 13th place. Yes, 13th position. Who is this car ahead? I'm not quite sure. It's Mark Webber. No, stop it now. Stop it. Let's see if we can get past Mark Webber as David Coulthard gets to the slipstream of the cars, of course. No DRS in 2005. It's just down to pure. Oh my goodness. Is this going to be a free overtake? No, it's only 2, but wow, fantastic from David Coulthard there. Up into 11th place. He's now trying to go. Oh, no, he's binned it. I don't believe it. Oh, it's all gone P-Tong. No, it's just like Spa 1998 all over again.
He's down into about 6th position. Bad start by the Ferrari. Great start by Eddie Irvine. Fielder. Look at Fielder. And into the wall. Who was that?
Coulthard in the wall.
David Coulthard into the wall. They'll stop the race.
They'll have to red flag
this. Terrible. Look, this is quite appalling.
Oh dear. We're down to 17th position, everyone. Yes, 17th place for David Coulthard. Now, one of the other things this game had to try to compete with Need for Speed was its blatant use of using young ladies to try and sell the game to, of course, all the young men who are going to be buying it. Yes, this is the kind of blatant sexism which I fully subscribe to. Oh, look at this, lads. We had girls like this advertising. Look, she's even got a t-shirt with F105 on it. F105. This is absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you what, I'd buy the game just purely on this blatant piece of sexism. They even roped in Fernando Alonso. Look at this. Wow, he looks happy. He looks well happy. That's Lucy Pinder, everyone, on the left-hand side. Yes, Lucy Pinder, one of my chief stalks during the 2005 era. Yes. Anyway, the restraining order runs out next year. Yes, I'll tell you what, if Fernando Alonso was a stick of licorice, I'd still buy the game. Look at that. Fan-bloody-tastic. Yeah, okay, so now we've upset all the feminists. Let's move on back to the game, shall we? As you can see, currently in 14th position, David Coulthard was going for a move there on Christian Clean. We didn't quite manage to pull it off. We're just about to approach lap 6 now. We are now on lap 6 as we go for a move on Christian Clean, but go straight into the back of him. But of course, as with previous games, F105 has Teflon coated front wings, so there is no damage to the front of the car. But this time I think David Coulthard is going to outbrake Christian Clean. Yes, he does, and gets up into 13th position now. 13th place. I think we're on lap 6. Yes, lap 6 of this Grand Prix, and we're chasing Nick Heidfeld as we accelerate forward now to lap 7. We've made to catch up to the back of Nick Heidfeld, who of course is in the BMW powered Williams car. We managed to get past him up into 12th position now. Yes, 12th place for David Coulthard in, of course, the Red Bull. The first time we saw a Red Bull car in 2005 as we accelerate forward now to lap 8. Currently in 10th position now because some of the other cars have started to come in for their pit stops. Now we're at 8th place, so we've made it up into the points, everyone. After just 8 laps, we are now up into the World Championship points, and our next target is Mark Webber, who's currently 2.4 seconds ahead of us, and the car behind us, Takuma Sato, as we accelerate forward down to lap 10. We've made it up into 7th place now because other cars have now made their pit stops, but it's now time for us to make our first pit stop, as you can see from the little explanation mark in the corner there to say it's time to come in for our pit stop. Now, of course, one of the things I remember from Turkey is it's got the longest pit lane in the world. Yes. Wowzers. Just look how long it takes to get into the pits. Now, I have no idea if I've got to press any buttons. Of course, there's no tyre changes in F105. It's just the fuel. So I presume that's the only buttons we've got to press. As we now continue on, and David Coulthard finally makes it into the pits in the longest pit lane in the world. So, yes, I think it's just, yes, fuel. Got to press that one. Yes, what's the next button? Where's the next button? And it's that one. Yes, circle, square. Yes. Oh, that was a pretty slow pit stop there for David Coulthard, though. 4.74 seconds. We'll have to improve on that. But, of course, we've still got 2 more pit stops to make before the end of this Grand Prix. But we now rejoin in 14th position, but there's a BAR, I do believe, just going past us. So yes, 14th place at the moment for David Coulthard on lap 11 now. Lap 11 as we accelerate forward now. Still on lap 11. We've managed to catch up to the back of that BAR. We get past. So, oh no, he's bending again. David Coulthard has spun the car. He rejoins back in 15th position. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, now 16th position. 16th place on lap 11, and now still chasing Nick Heidfeld in that BMW Williams. As we accelerate forward now to lap 12. Well, he has caught up to the back of the BMW, but at the moment still chasing him, but we've made up into 13th position now. I do believe a few more cars have come into the pit, so up into 13th position and still chasing Nick Heidfeld. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 13 now, and oh no, didn't want to try and get past Heidfeld that way. Made contact once again, but once again no damage to the car with our Teflon coated wings. And we continue on, no problem at all. But this time, David Coulthard does a dive bomb straight down the inside of the Williams there up into 12th position as we accelerate forward down to lap 19. Lap 19. Oh, we've got all on the circuit. This, of course, is also new for F105, and I always ended up bloody hitting it. Oh, and I have hit it. Oh, Jesus, how we spun the car. We've spun the car every single fucking time I used to hit the oil in this game. And I mean, David Coulthard has done it again. Yes, silly boy. Anyway, we accelerate forward at lap 24. Lap 24, we've made it up into 10th position now. 10th place for our Red Bull driver, and still chasing one of these BMW Williams directly ahead. But up now to the points, yes, up into 8th position as we accelerate forward now to lap 25. Lap 25, going for the move now on Mark Webber through this very, very complicated section of the Turkish circuit, and we get past up now into 7th place. We are finally making a little bit of progress in this race, just a little bit, but yes, we are, as we accelerate forward down to lap 26, I do believe, and we've now got to come in for our second pit stop as we now go down the inside of the Toyota car. I think that was Ralf Schumacher up now to 5th position. Yes, 5th place. Oh my goodness, what has happened to David Coulthard? He has absolutely come alive in the second half of this Grand Prix. Well, we're almost at half distance, I should say, but we're getting close to the second half, as we've now got Jack Villeneuve, of course, in the Sauber Petronas car of 05, and we're going to see if we can get past him. Yes, straight to the slipstream once again, dives down the inside of the Sauber car up into 4th position, but it's all academic because, of course, David Coulthard is now going to come in for his second pit stop as he tries to get to... Oh, he's hit the wall, he's hit the wall. It's okay though, still no damage to the car. Absolutely no damage at all. It's time for pit stop number 2. Let's hope it's quicker than pit stop number 1. So let's have an official look at this game then from Wikipedia just before we continue and we go for our pit stop. So the game received generally favourable reviews and scored an average of about 7 to 8 out of 10. For the first time in a number of years, the fans agreed that this was a massive improvement in the series and a shot in the arm that it so desperately needed. A lot of people had criticised Studio Liverpool for the lack of ambition and progress since the series appeared on the PS2 platform up to that point. With the release of Formula 1 05, people saw that great strides had been made by Studio Liverpool in terms of gameplay, handling and AI. Yes, I have to agree with all those sentiments, exactly. But did it win against Need for Speed? No, it bloody well didn't. It lost horribly due to the fact that, of course, that it had to still stick rigidly to the rules of Formula 1, so there was no machine guns on the front of the cars, or we couldn't customise put some neon lights underneath the cars or anything like that. Yes, it had to stick rigidly to everything that happens in real life in, of course, Formula 1. As we now, as you can see, have got up into 12th position as we accelerate forward down to lap 30. Lap 30, going for a move now on the Renault of Fernando Alonso, and we do get past, yes, up into 5th position. 5th place for David Coulthard. And so let's just continue of what we said earlier as we accelerate forward now to lap 39. Lap 39 now, it's time for us to come in for our pit stop. Now, unfortunately, the car ahead of us is about 11 seconds ahead. And I think I'm going to play a little sneaky here and see what happens. We've got plenty of fuel in the car, so I think I'm going to carry on going and just see whether we can get the overcut on the cars ahead of us. Michael Schumacher is currently 10 seconds ahead of us. He's going to come in for his pit stop, but I think we're just going to stay out and see if this is going to work. Of course, there's no tyre changes, so we haven't got to worry about tyre wear. It's just the fuel that we've got to worry about. So yeah, I'm going to stay out and see what happens and see if we can do some qualifying lap pace into the car and see if we can actually jump these two cars that are currently ahead of us, as Michael Schumacher is still 10 seconds ahead at the moment. So let's finish my thoughts on Wikipedia then. However, there were criticisms in terms of the AI being too easy on the most difficult of settings, and about the penalty system that had been introduced on Formula 1 05, which automatically reduced the revs during a penalty instead of the traditional drive-through penalties that previous games had seen. Overall though, the fans agreed that apart from these minor issues, Studio Liverpool had redeveloped the brand as a stepping stone for improvements for the inevitable 2006 edition. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 40, and another car has come into the pits. I think it's one of the McLaren cars. It might be one Pablo Montoya, but we've now made it up into 2nd place. Yes, 2nd position. Michael Schumacher is still 10 seconds up the road then, so I don't know whether this is going to work or not, but we're going to give it our all as we accelerate forward now to lap 41, and I think Michael Schumacher has come into the pits, so I think we can get a jump on him. I can just see the red dot in the pits stationary at the moment, and we go past, do we? Yes, up into the lead of this race on lap 42. Have we done enough? Now we've got to put in those fast laps for I think about another 2 or 3 laps to see if we can get the jump on Michael Schumacher. Anyway, we accelerate forward now to lap 44. Lap 44, and I'm going to test and make sure that the pit button is working. Yes, I've just pressed it because I wasn't sure which button it was, because I'm manually asking to come into the pits now, and the pit crew say yes, it's fine, we can come in for our pit stop. That's good, that's good. And so in we come now for our final pit stop. Have we done enough to get into the lead of this race and actually win it? Well, we'll find out as we now go down once again for the third and final time. The longest pit lane in the history of Formula 1 at the Turkish Grand Prix. Wowzers, just look at this. Epic, absolutely epic. Look at all the spectators though just above there. Just look at them cheering on our driver David Coulthard, and of course his first season in the Red Bull car. So let's see if we can get a nice fast pit stop. Come on, yes, 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 come on, press the button, yes, yes. Oh, well, it was okay. 3.18 seconds. It was okay, but where are we going to end up? Where are we going to end up? As we rejoin the field now, and it is in 4th position. We're in 4th place as we rejoin now. Yes, we've just been overtaken by Kimi Raikkonen and of course the McLaren car, but 4th place is good. 4th place is good. Now we've got to give it the full beans and see if we can get past all these cars that are in front of us. And we're going to start, of course, with Kimi Raikkonen going through this very, very complicated section of the Turkish Grand Prix. Let's see if we can get it right this time. Well, that was pretty decent, I have to say. Pretty decent indeed. Now let's see if we can catch up to Raikkonen just half a second ahead, where you can visually see the gap. You don't need me to tell you, you can visually see it. But let's see if he can get past Kimi Raikkonen. Now we've got, of course, this other complicated section at the Turkish Grand Prix. If he gets it just right, yes, he does get it right just right as he goes down the inside of Kimi Raikkonen and gets the place off him. Yes, 3rd position now for David Coulthard, and you can visually see the cars in front of us. We've got the Ferrari as we accelerate forward now to lap 45, and it's Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher in 2nd place. Let's see if we can get past Michael and maybe grab 2nd place. I don't know if we got enough to get into the lead. I don't know, but we may do. Once again, look at the... If you just get this bit just right, you can actually get past the cars pretty easily, and we managed to get past Michael Schumacher now up to 2nd place. So there is the leader. There is the leader on lap 40. I think it's 46. I'm not quite sure. I can't quite see it. It's very, very blurry in the left-hand corner of the screen, but I think it's lap 46 now. So it's Montoya. It's Montoya, and he's only 1.8 seconds ahead of us. Just 1.8 seconds ahead as we accelerate forward. Lap 51. Lap 51. We are running out of laps, but look at this speed advantage we have got now on this McLaren car, and we go past. Do we get past Montoya? Do we go to the lead? No, it still says 2nd. Where's Montoya gone? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, a little bit wide there for David Coulthard, but does he do it? Yes, he does. Yes, up into 1st position, and we've got a Minardi in front of us. Get out of the way, please. Get out of the way. Yes, fantastic. Oh my goodness. Well, that was dodgy, but yes, we have made it up into the lead on lap 51 as we accelerate forward now. Still on lap 51, as you can see. And oh, wow. Well, I forgot actually on lap 57 now to actually show you the other camera views. Yes, I've been so excited just racing the car, I forgot to show you. But yes, here is the gorgeous cockpit view, which does once again have the look to camera where you go into the corners. But I have got it switched off because you actually had to enable it on F105, whereas in the other games I think it was enabled automatically. So we haven't got it on, but yes, the camera does move like it did before. But it's just a glorious view, as you can see. You've got a very, very large... speedometer in front of you there. Very, very large indeed. In fact, I think that's possibly the largest speedometer I've ever seen. Anyway, there's the other view. That's the chase cam view, of course. And the car chasing us is Juan Pablo Montoya, and he's still chasing us, as you can see. But we are still holding on quite valiantly in this Red Bull car. This is now the last lap of the Grand Prix, everyone. This is now the last lap. And you can see fully the beautiful detail of the F105 car. You can see that sort of roll hoop on the top there, and the little place, that's where they put the cameras, of course, that went backwards and forwards on the car. Yes, that was introduced a few years ago. You've got a couple of winglets sticking out the side of the car as well. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful design for the 05 season was the cars of Formula 1. As we just, oh dear, that was very, very dicey there. Of course, I don't think I should stay in this camera view for much longer because it's not the best one to have. But yes, we'll go back to the normal one because I think Juan Pablo Montoya is getting very, very close to our Jack Jones. Very, very close indeed. I'm just trying to find a straight bit before we go back to the T-cam view. Yes, he is getting close. He is getting close. But there's the far chase view. And now we go back to the normal standard view. And hopefully we're still going to win this race. Because Montoya is right up the Jack Jones as I was fiddling with different camera settings, of course. You can also see one of the other lovely effects is the marbling on the tyres. Just look at the marbling effect on the tyres. It's not very good because this isn't HD, but of course it was an effect in F105 because of course the tyres had to last the whole of the race, as we're about to cross the line and we win it. Yes, we win it. We bloody win it. Fantastic. And we got to the end. All you doubters, 100% race has been completed. Fantastic. Wowzers. He did it. Coulthard. He did it in 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 hour and 30 minutes. I wish it was 1 minute, I'll tell you. My fingers were dropping off. Montoya finished in second place. Michael Schumacher finished in third. Kimi Raikkonen finished in fourth. And unfortunately, Montero didn't finish. And neither did Christian. Well, he did finish, but he was 1 lap behind. Christian Clear. There's the champagne for Coulthard, Montoya, and Michael Schumacher. Fantastic. Well, that's a lot of champagne. That's a lot of champagne. It's got a life of its own, that champagne. Look at that. Wowzers. Whew. Looks like a porno movie I saw last week. Anyway, it's time now for the Monaco test. Yes, once again, but unfortunately, in F105, they downplayed the physics even more. So it's even more difficult to try and flip these cars up. He's going to stand up. Oh, contact. But look at this. There's no damage to the car. That's unbelievable. There's absolutely no damage to the car. The wing's still on. Everything's still on. How on earth is this possible as we're now smashed into the cars left, right and centre? We have got the fall down. Oh, wait a minute. We have a flappy front wing. We're making progress, lads. We're making progress. We have a flappy front wing. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, cock. Yes, that wasn't very good, was it? Wasn't very good at all. Okay, let's continue on and see if we can make some more damage to this car. We smack straight. Oh, yes, the front wing has gone. The front wing has gone. Now we've got to see if we can get the wheels off. We've got to see if we can get the wheels off. Oh, Jesus. No. We're getting waved flags now. Yes, black with orange bits in the middle. I don't know what that means as we try and pummel these cars. But look, these cars are made of concrete. You just can't get them to flip. I'm absolutely smacking into them at full force, but they just will not flip up. Oh no, look at this. We got a puncher. I think this is new for F105. I don't believe I saw it in F104, but yes, the tyre now punches on the car. Let's see if we can do... Oh, we got a double puncher. A double punch on the car. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic indeed. Let's see if we can get this car to flip into the air as we smack into it. Can we smack it? Oh, no. Oh, the judges, they're not very impressed with this at all, lads. They're not very impressed with this whatsoever. Okay, well, I think we're going to see if we can get the wheel off at least. Yes, we have. We've got a wheel off. But unfortunately, we just cannot get these cars to flip. No, it's pretty much bloody impossible. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. This was F105 100% Race Series. And as always, we will, of course, be back with more later.